Welcome back to the Everygirl podcast. I hope everyone had a great 4th of July. The way I look at it, nothing is more American than looking after each other and protecting and supporting immigrants and marginalized groups. So I personally proudly celebrated that America this past weekend. Liberty and justice for all. You know what I mean? Am I right, ladies? I was in Kentucky with my whole family and Joey's family. So it was a really special week, a lot of alcohol and staying up late and cookies and pasta salad. My voice is really awful today. So I'm so sorry. I tried to do all the lozenges, all the teas. It's still bad. Bear with me. I just had a week of all of the wonderful, amazing things that came with summer. And that also looked like a late night impromptu karaoke session with my cousins and my sister and my sister-in-law. So my voice is paying the price, and so are you guys because you have to listen to it. So I'm so sorry in advance. But with all of that amazing summer food, drinks, staying up late, all the fun stuff that comes with summer, I thought it would be an amazing time to do an episode on detox. When you think about detox, you might think of a restrictive diet that Gwyneth Paltrow swears by, or doing a super intense sauna session, or maybe a trendy juice cleanse that became super mainstream back in 2010, or all of those detox teas that promise you would lose the pant size after a couple weeks and would make you like literally shit your pants. Remember those? There's a lot of misinformation out there when it comes to detoxing the body. We just throw around the word detox when it comes to food, wellness routines, beauty products. So let's first break down what it really means, because education is how you stop falling into these marketing schemes that are the wellness industry. Toxins are toxic molecules that can be ingested by the body. Think of them like tiny little things that don't really belong in your body because your body doesn't know what to do with them. It doesn't know how to digest them or take nutrients out of them. So your body sees these toxic molecules as a foreign invader. Outside toxins are typically man made chemicals. It's like the air pollution, chemicals in water, beauty products, medications, building materials in our houses, processed food, pesticides in our produce. And there's also what's known as internal toxins, like excess cholesterol, bacteria, or viruses that the body fights and removes internally. And basically, too many toxins in the body can mess with how it works. Toxins really are the foundation for so many chronic symptoms or disease. Some toxins affect your brain and energy levels, so you can feel sluggish or feel like you can't focus. Toxins can trigger your immune system to freak out a little, which leads to chronic inflammation because, again, the body is seeing these as foreign invaders, and that is what sparks the immune system to try to get rid of the toxins. So, that chronic inflammation can show up as bloating, puffiness, joint pain, skin issues. Certain toxins, especially from plastics or pesticides, or a lot that can come from skincare ingredients, act like fake hormones, which can confuse your body's signals. This might lead to all of those super fun hormonal symptoms like irregular periods, acne, weight changes, mood swings, PMS symptoms. And because your liver, your gut, and your immune system work to get rid of toxins, which we're going to talk about here in a second, if you have too many toxins, it leaves these organs and the different functions in the body overloaded. So you are less able to process food, or you may find yourself getting sick more often. But before you quit your life and move out to the country and never have a cheese puff again, your body has a solution. And this is the really important part that I want you to know, because the word detox and this topic typically comes with a lot of fear mongering. It's one of those words that the wellness industry loves to throw around, and it sounds like it's helping you, but more often than not, it's just used as fear mongering, because the word detox, as the wellness industry has pushed it, implies that your body is full of bad stuff that needs to be pushed out of you with a juice fast or an overpriced supplement. The marketing around detox wants you to feel like your body is bad or it has to make up for your sins. Because if they can convince you that your body is gross or messy or bad, you'll buy anything to fix it. All of this detox marketing, like detox pills or a detox plan, plays into shame. It uses fear to make you feel unworthy so that you feel like you need to cleanse to make up for your sins. But you guys, the body is literally meant to detoxify all on its own. It is actually an incredibly powerful detoxifying machine. It is one of the most miraculous things about the body, I think. You don't need to buy or do anything to detox. Your body is detoxing in multiple ways right now as you're listening to this. So, especially at this point of the summer, maybe after a long holiday weekend, or you've had some extra glasses of rose, or you had a hot dog, you don't need to panic. Your body is detoxifying on its own effortlessly. A majority of toxins can be converted and expelled thanks to a super powerful detoxification system in the body. And there are many major systems that are a part of the detoxification system. The liver and kidneys are really the MVPs of your body's detoxification squad. Think of your liver like the head bouncer at a club. It checks everything before it gets in or out and decide what stays and what's going to get kicked out. When you eat food, drink alcohol, take meds, or are exposed to chemicals in any way, the liver steps in to break down toxins into smaller, safer parts using enzymes. It then sends those littler parts out through bile, which then will go into your bowel movement, or through your blood, which then goes to your kidneys. And the kidneys are kind of like the Brita filter of your blood. They filter out all the toxins or waste from your blood and send that waste to get left through the body through urine. There are a lot of other ways the body detoxifies too. Bowel movements are literally our bodies regularly getting rid of the toxins and waste and excess food or excess hormones or other things that the body does not need. The lymphatic system is your body's internal drainage system that clears out toxins, waste, extra fluid. Sweat is a prime example of detoxifying. You sweat out toxins the body no longer wants. Even the way that we breathe is a part of detoxification. We breathe out carbon dioxide, which is a toxic waste product. I know I'm getting super sciencey on you here, and you're probably like, okay, Josie, just give me the routine. I don't need to know how my liver works. I just want to feel and look amazing this summer. And I get that. I really do. You don't need to become a biochemist to live your healthiest life. But I really want you to be an informed wellness girl and know what your body is doing, because understanding how your body works is crucial in a wellness culture that profits off of your confusion. Because when you don't know how your body is detoxifying, it is so easy to spiral. You drink a little too much one night or you eat processed food on vacation, and all of a sudden you're like, I've ruined everything. Before I learned and understood my body, these moments would cue all of the panic and guilt and the desperate Google searches for detox plans or cleanses. But when you do know how your body works, you realize that your body is literally working right now to process what you consumed, balance you out, and bring you back to center. It kind of can quiet that voice that says, you messed up or you were bad, now you have to fix it. Instead, this education helps you shift into, my body's got me. And now I get to support her, not punish her. So now that you know your body is effortlessly performing a whole lot of little miracles to detoxify right now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, if the body gets rid of all of this bad stuff on its own, why do we need to be aware of consuming toxins? Does that mean that clean skincare is a scam, or that we can eat Taco Bell for every meal and not feel any differently? You know the answer to this. Obviously not, unfortunately. Yes, your body's already a detox queen, but there is a limit to how much your body can detoxify at once. Think of your body like a flowing river. When a branch or two falls in, like there's a glass of wine or some sugar or a stressful situation, that's totally fine. The river's current, aka your detox system, just carries it downstream and out to sea. No problem. It doesn't affect the river's current at all. But now imagine it's not just a branch or two, it's a ton of branches, boulders, trash, and mud piling in day after day. That gentle current is going to start to slow and eventually it gets clogged up and creates a dam that stops the river from being able to flow. That's what happens when we're overexposed to toxins through food, alcohol, skincare, air pollution, even emotional stress. The detox system gets overwhelmed. The river, if you will, backs up and symptoms start to show up. That's where the bloating, fatigue, breakouts, brain fog, or just the general, I feel really off feeling. And when that current can't flow for a long time, that's when chronic illness and disease show up. So, no, detoxing isn't about replacing what your body does, it's about supporting it, helping clear the riverbank, reducing what's clogging it up, giving your body space to do what it already knows how to do. So, real detoxing, what I'm talking about today, is about supporting the detoxification system as much as you possibly can so that when branches and boulders are falling in, you are supporting the river as much as you can to be able to wash those branches and boulders out to sea. I don't even like to use the word detox as a verb. I like to say support your detoxification system. Like this certain practice or food doesn't detox your body, it supports your body's detoxification system. That difference is super important because the focus comes back to our bodies. Like this external ritual isn't doing the detoxing because it's not. Your body is doing the detoxing, but these are things that can nourish your detoxification system, if that difference makes sense. So, the tips I'm going to give you today are things that I like to do on a regular basis, and they work to both improve your body's detoxification system or will help support the major organs like the liver and the kidneys so that they can function optimally. And I have to give a caveat because I always give a caveat when I'm explaining these health topics. The tips that I'm going to give you are for sure great ways to optimize your detoxification. But if you're someone who gets overwhelmed, or these things will just feel like more stress to check off a to do list, skip them. I will remind you of this all the time. You will get sick of hearing it. The minute wellness starts to feel like pressure or stress, it is no longer good for you. You don't need these things I'm going to share to be healthy because doing the basics, eating fresh fruits and vegetables, moving your body in frequent, fun ways throughout the day, getting good sleep, reducing stress is doing so much for your detoxification system. I'll use an example that we all have experienced where these basics typically go out the window. Let's say you go on a weekend girls' trip. You're drinking spicy margaritas, you're staying up late, you're eating fried apps and late night loaded fries. But on top of that, you're not drinking a lot of water, you're skipping movement, you're not getting good sleep, you're not taking any supplements. Maybe you're stressed from travel or drama or just being out of your routine. Going back to the river metaphor, all of that is not just one branch in the water that the current's going to wash away. That's branches, boulders, debris, maybe a rogue beach umbrella. That's all clogging the current. Your body's detox systems, your liver, kidneys, gut, they're still doing their job, but now they're dealing with alcohol, which your liver has to prioritize over everything else, excess sugar, inflammatory oils, lack of sleep, which slows down detox pathways, and maybe a stress spike that throws your hormones out of balance. But if you prioritize 8 hours of sleep during this trip, or if you went on a walk, or if you ordered a side of veggies, or if you have 2 margaritas instead of 4, or you're taking supplements that support your body's health, or you're drinking a lot of water to replenish your minerals and electrolytes, or even if you just keep your stress levels low, all of these very basic things are helping remove branches and boulders from the river. So the basics are good enough. They are actually the most important part. Getting enough sleep is huge for detoxification. Like, it is always so funny to me when people who are purchasing these detox teas or juice cleanses are getting 4 hours of sleep at night. Like, first work on the sleep, okay? I promise it will do so much more for you. Sleep is detoxification because it's the only time when you're not spending energy on digesting food or moving around or focusing on work tasks. So the energy in your body can go to detoxifying. While you sleep, your body goes into full on repair and detox mode. Your liver becomes more active, breaking down toxins, processing waste. Your brain even cleans itself through something called the lymphatic system, which flushes out toxins that are linked to brain fog or memory issues. Basically, sleep is the time when your body takes out the trash. So, first and foremost, prioritizing enough good quality sleep is phenomenal for your detoxification. Simply drinking more water can help you detoxify. Water helps the kidneys flush out toxins more easily, which is important because one of the main ways that we detoxify is through our urine. So the more that we drink water to make us tinkle, as my mom would say, the more we can flush out toxins. Exercise also helps through lymphatic circulation and sweat, and then obviously eating your veggies. The digestive tract eliminates toxins through bowel movements, but it needs fiber in order to make consistent bowel movements. As fiber is going through your digestive tract is binding to waste, including toxins, to be able to remove them from the body. And antioxidant rich foods, which again, fruits and veggies. Antioxidants support detoxification by protecting your cells while your body processes and removes toxins. Because when your liver is breaking down toxins, it actually creates some free radicals in the process. Think about it kind of like smoke coming from a fire. Antioxidants are what help clean up that smoke, preventing extra damage to your cells. So while your body detoxes, antioxidants act kind of like a shield that keeps your cells safe and your inflammation low. They are essential for a detox system that not only works hard, but works well. Let me just brag for a second because the other day I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror and I literally did a double take because my legs looked like they had the Instagram Paris filter on. The Undaria algae body oil from OSEA is one of the few products that actually makes a major difference. I've been using it daily, either before bed, after the shower, or even before going out because it gives such a nice glow. And it has visibly firmed and made my skin feel more sculpted and toned. It's really rich, but it's never greasy, and it makes me feel like I just did Pilates without actually doing it. And yes, the fact that it smells like summer in a bottle is such a bonus. Think citrus, fresh, natural, but the real magic is truly in how it transforms your skin. Plus, it's clean, vegan, and cruelty free, so your skin and your values both win. Get healthy, glowing skin for summer with clean, vegan face and body care from OSEA. Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code TheEverygirl at OSEAMalibu.com. You'll get free samples with every order and free shipping on orders over $60. That's OSEA Malibu.com, code TheEverygirl for 10% off. This river analogy I keep going back to is really helpful for me because most of us are never going to have a totally clean river without any branches or boulders. So, I mean, I do this all the time, but especially when I'm going through a time where I know I'm adding in some extra branches or boulders, like it's a really stressful time or I'm going on vacation or it's summer, so I'm eating and drinking maybe differently than I normally would. I try to just remove branches and boulders wherever I can. So, for example, choosing organic when possible so that I'm limiting pesticide exposure where I can. Clean skincare and makeup so that I'm limiting the amount of toxins I'm exposed to on my skin. I'll take the supplements that I will talk about in a second. Again, to whatever degree is possible to remove branches and boulders before it affects my stress levels or impacts my joy, because I know that's when it stops serving my health. So, the basics that you already know are truly the most important thing that will make the biggest difference. That's not the most exciting answer, I know, but it's the truth. If I feel really on top of those basics and I want to do more, or especially times like right now when I'm on vacation with my family and my in laws and I drank more wine than I have in years, or maybe it's a stressful week and I've ordered out more than usual, here is my routine. First, let's talk about supplements that I take to help with detoxification, which I love supplements for times like this because it is the easiest thing that I can do no matter what else is going on around me or how little time or energy I have. The best supplement for detox is glutathione. I talked about this supplement in the episode about the habits of the healthiest women in the world because I have heard this recommendation over and over again from the best biohackers or the best doctors out there. Glutathione is your body's master antioxidant that's made from 3 different amino acids. It protects cells from damage and helps liver detox pathways work downward to clear out toxins in the liver. I take the packets from Symbiotica or the pills from Body Bio. I take one of these every morning. Activated charcoal is another go to of mine. It basically works like a magnet to toxins. Like toxins will stick to its surface, particularly toxins from low quality food or alcohol or gas causing byproducts from the digestive process or mold toxins or environmental chemicals. Once it binds, your body eliminates the charcoal and whatever it's carrying through stool. Like the charcoal never gets absorbed by the body. It goes through the entire digestive tract and it's just like mopping up your gut like a champ. I will take the Symbiotica packets of activated charcoal before bed after about an hour or two of eating anything so that it doesn't also detoxify the good stuff that you don't want to detoxify on accident. Also, ask your doctor about activated charcoal if you're taking any medication. Like, don't take it anywhere near a birth control pill or anything like that. Your doctor might even say don't take it at all if you're on certain medications because activated charcoal could mess with the absorption of medication. So just be mindful of that. You don't want to take it with any other food or supplements or medication. When I was on the birth control pill, I would take my birth control pill in the morning and activate charcoal at night. But again, check with your doctor and just make sure you're not taking it around any other medications or even food because you want your body to absorb the nutrients from the food. So I will take activated charcoal before bed occasionally. This is not an everyday thing, but I'll take it whenever I drink alcohol and my detoxification system needs the extra support. Or if I have that heavy feeling after eating like a lot of fried food or feel that sluggishness after traveling, if I feel like I know my body needs some added support with detoxification, activated charcoal is an amazing option. I think of it like whatever I can possibly remove to reduce the load on my liver and kidneys, that's what I take it for. One more supplement I like for assisting detoxification is DIM, DIM. I specifically take this to detoxify hormones. I take this around my ovulation phase when the body's needing to get rid of excess estrogen. DIM is a compound that your body makes when you eat cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale. So you can make it on your own and do make it on your own when you eat these foods. But during my ovulatory phase, when my body needs more detoxification support, I like to take it as a supplement to get a more concentrated dose. It's also really helpful if you have estrogen dominance. DIM supports the phase 1 and phase 2 pathways specifically of liver detoxification that processes estrogen and other hormones. It helps your liver metabolize estrogen more efficiently, pushing it down the good detox pathways and away from more harmful ones that can be linked to estrogen dominance or hormone related issues. DIM is also shown to have an anti inflammatory and antioxidant effect. So it's helping your body to neutralize free radicals during the detox process. So, again, just increasing your intake of cruciferous vegetables can help you get enough DIM, but you can also supplement, especially if you have symptoms of estrogen dominance or you're coming off birth control pill. It can also be helpful too. Next in my detox routine, my go-to green juice, you might have heard me talk about, but it's good for so many things, including detoxification. If you haven't heard this recipe, I do spinach, cucumber, frozen pineapple, half of a whole lemon, like peel, seeds, everything, ginger, mint, and cilantro, and then half coconut water, half regular water. This combination is rich in chlorophyll, which helps to neutralize toxins and support liver function. The high water content in ingredients like the coconut water and cucumber will support kidney filtration. The whole lemon, the reason why that's in there is because the peel contains a certain compound that activates detox enzymes in the liver. The juice of the lemon is high in vitamin C, which is a super powerful antioxidant that supports bile production, which again, your liver needs to send toxins into the gut for elimination. Why I add cilantro to this juice is because it is a star for heavy metal detox. Cilantro contains compounds that bind to heavy metals like mercury and lead, pulling them out of tissues so your body can eliminate them. Cilantro is one of the few herbs that crosses the blood-brain barrier, helping draw metals out of the brain too, which is super effective. Cilantro is truly a detox overachiever. So this juice as a whole supports multiple detox systems at once. Your liver, kidneys, gut. It delivers antioxidants, it binds agents, and provides digestive enzymes all in one beautiful little glass. I also love a matcha latte for detoxification. Matcha is a detox superstar as well. It's packed with something called EGCG, which helps reduce oxidative stress and support the liver during detoxification. Think of these antioxidants, the EGCGs, as the body's cleanup crew while your liver is doing the heavy lifting. Matcha also contains chlorophyll, which again helps bind to and eliminate heavy metals and toxins from the blood and the liver, which acts like a natural cleanser on a cellular level. And what makes it matcha versus just plain green tea is because matcha is grown in the shade before harvesting, which increases its chlorophyll content. So it has a higher chlorophyll content than green tea and a lot of other green plants as well. So, overall, studies show that matcha may help protect the liver, support the detox pathways. I have matcha, especially during trips or mornings after I drink alcohol. And I also just like it on a daily basis during my follicular and ovulatory phase when I'm focused a little more on detoxification. Next up in the routine, lymphatic drainage. I love lymphatic drainage. We need to drain our lymph manually because the lymphatic system has no pump. Like, unlike your blood, which gets pushed through your body by the heart, the lymphatic system doesn't have any pump. There's no engine that's keeping it moving automatically. So your lymph relies on you to keep moving. And your lymph is like a clear fluid that kind of sits below the surface of your skin, and it helps carry away waste and toxins and extra fluid throughout the body. So if it's not moving, it will store that waste or toxins or extra fluid, which is why we feel puffy. And we talk about lymphatic drainage as reducing puffiness because we're really moving the lymph, all of those toxins and excess waste, excess fluid throughout the body so that it's not just like sitting there. But it's not just puffiness. When we have lymph buildup, it can cause fatigue, inflammation, a bunch of other things too. So, lymphatic drainage, these very simple, easy routines that I'm going to share, help your body naturally drain out what it doesn't need and keep everything flowing smoothly. The best thing for lymphatic drainage is honestly regular movement, not sitting too long, stretching a lot. Walking is amazing for helping drain the lymph downward. I also love rebounding, like jumping on a trampoline is really great for lymphatic drainage. And at the end of the night, I do legs up the wall to help drain the lymph from my legs. I also like to add in lymphatic drainage massage or dry brushing when my body needs additional support with detoxification. If I had all the money in the world, or just like more money, I would get monthly lymphatic drainage massages because these are so helpful. You see and feel such a difference. I'm right now trying to work on my pre-wedding budgeting, and I want to invest in monthly lymphatic drainage massages more than any of the other like beauty treatments and facials because it helps keep you insanely healthy and really helps with lymphatic health. But you don't need to purchase massages. You can do it yourself or you can dry brush. The key here, though, is you want to look up a tutorial, like just find one on TikTok or YouTube, because you have to first open the lymph nodes, which you do basically by like gently massaging the key lymph spots throughout the body, like around your ears, your collarbone, underarms, like all the way to behind your knees. You need to open these lymph nodes first so that the lymph has somewhere to go. And then you have to be either massaging or dry brushing strategically toward these lymph nodes in order for it to work. So I recommend looking up a tutorial so that you can see how to do it visually. It really is so easy to do yourself and just get in the habit of it. I love also doing it in the shower, like a little lymphatic drainage around my face and my stomach while I have some nice glide in the shower from my body wash. And it's a lot easier to remember than any other time. Daily sweating, another key part of my detox routine. I love a hot Pilates or yoga class, but I do not look at these workout sessions as the goal being to get in my hardest, most intense strength training or cardiovascular in. These are my workout sessions purely for detoxification. Like I am just focused on sweating and twisting and stretching to help support my detoxification. Ideally, I would sweat every single day, whether it's through working out or on days where I don't work out or don't do a sweaty workout. I will try to fit in a sauna blanket. I have the higher dose sauna blanket at home because I do not have room in my tiny apartment for a whole ass sauna, or else I would absolutely be purchasing that. But if your gym has one or you can get access to an infrared sauna, make sure to do the infrared versus just a steam sauna because just the regular sauna heats the air around you and then it warms your body from the outside in, which is great for relaxation. But when it comes to detoxification, an infrared sauna uses infrared light to directly heat your body from the inside out rather than just warming the air, which leads to getting a deeper sweat at a lower temperature. And it stimulates your lymphatic system more effectively, which releases toxins stored in fat cells. Like it's helping to release those like heavy metals or BPA and encourages a more detoxifying sweat session with less cardiovascular stress. So, in other words, for a regular sauna, you might just be dripping sweat. You might just be getting rid of some electrolytes. While in an infrared sauna, you're sweating out a higher percentage of toxins like the mercury, lead, and environmental chemicals, not just the water and electrolytes. If you want to get extra legit, take activated charcoal 30 to 60 minutes after getting out of the sauna once your body has started moving toxins in the gut for elimination, because this will help suck out even more toxins. But if none of these things, the infrared sauna is not available to you, sweating is fine. Just get out, go for a jog in the sun, take a hot yoga class. Anything that you can do to sweat regularly is totally fine, which we can especially take advantage of in the summer when it's hot as ball sacks outside. Just make sure to replenish after, drink enough water, add minerals and electrolytes, all that good stuff so that you are replenishing what needs to replenish after you detox. In addition to just eating a lot of fiber and antioxidants that you can find in fruits and vegetables, for detox, I like to add in foods with a compound called sulfur. This looks like garlic, onions, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale. These are foods that are loaded with these sulfur compounds, and your liver needs sulfur to produce key antioxidant enzymes, especially one that's called SOD for short. SOD acts like a cellular shield, which neutralizes oxidative stress from everything like alcohol, pollution, or even just everyday exposure. Sulfur is especially powerful when your body's dealing with heavy metals or inflammation. So here's how I'll get sulfur in. Besides being aware of just adding like onions and garlic to everything is such an easy way to do it, and eating more of those cruciferous vegetables. I also like to roast a big sheet of broccoli and Brussels sprouts in olive oil at least once a week, because then I can just add that to meals throughout the week. Again, I add chopped garlic and onions to literally everything: soups, stews, stir fries, pastas, anything I'm eating, chopped onions and garlic are going in. And for a little morning hack, I like to blend frozen cauliflower into smoothies. You really can't taste it, but your liver says thank you because you're getting some extra cruciferous vegetables with that sulfur compound in your smoothie in the morning. Next, there are some amazing herbal allies to support detoxification. You might have heard about herbal allies in my episodes with Dr. Erin Stokes. These are basically herbs that support your liver detox pathways, especially if you've been exposed to extra toxins, like you drank more than usual, you ate a lot of sugar, you're feeling extra puffy. These herbal allies can be so beneficial. Some of my go-tos are milk thistle, which helps to regenerate liver cells and protect against damage. Turmeric reduces inflammation and boosts bile flow. Again, you can add turmeric to your food. I like to add it to stir fries and soups and things like that. Dandelion root, this is one of my favorite teas to get, is dandelion root tea, and it acts as a natural diuretic, which supports your kidneys and helps flush excess fluid. And then artichoke leaf, which enhances bile production and supports digestion, which again is a key part of detox. Any of these herbs and spices you can get as teas, tinctures, or supplements. Personally, like I said, I love a good dandelion tea in the afternoon, or I will rotate a liver supporting herbal blend during times when I've been traveling a lot or not eating as clean. So just to give you a little background on like what a great example of a detox day could be, and I do this like when I come back from vacation, I take glutathione first thing in the morning, make my green juice, make a matcha latte, go to a hot yoga class, eat meals throughout the day that are high in antioxidants, sulfur-rich foods like the cruciferous vegetables and garlic, go for a walk in the afternoon for the lymphatic drainage, finish the day with a hot shower, a little lymphatic drainage massage, or dry brushing, and then taking activated charcoal before bed. Like with this, your detoxification system will thank you so much and you will feel amazing. So, as you hopefully can see, none of this is about restriction or fixing yourself. It's about building a toolkit that respects what your body already does. Like the way that I look at my detox routine is basically my way of communicating, like, damn, body, you are doing so much to keep me healthy. Let me pull my weight and support you however I can, give you some love. Because when you feed your liver, move your lymph, hydrate, nourish your gut, support antioxidants, you are creating space for your detox systems to shine, all while you're feeling clear, energized, and your most healthy, vibrant self. If you love this episode or are feeling even slightly more empowered about how your body works, do me a favor, hit that 5-star review. It takes like 2 seconds and it makes such a huge difference in helping more Everygirls find the show. And if you're thinking of someone who needs a little detox inspo, maybe it's your bestie who's been saying, I feel so bloated for 3 weeks straight, text her this episode. Share it to your stories, tag me. Let's make lymphatic drainage the new love language. And finally, if you try any of these tips, have your matcha moment, dry brushing before bed, roasting those cruciferous vegetables, DM me or tag at the Everygirl podcast on Instagram. I love seeing what you're doing in real life and sharing your glow up tips with the community. All right, you guys, go sweat, sip, breathe, and support that beautiful detoxification system of yours. And I will talk to you on Thursday. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I know I sure did. Please do not forget to rate, review, and subscribe. It really makes a huge difference for our show so we can keep growing and bringing the content that you love. If you want more info, you can find us at the Everygirl Podcast on Instagram or theeverygirlpodcast.com. Talk to you next week.